let's go over to Atomfall official gameplay overview. This game is coming out at the end of March, and so does Shadows. It also comes out in March. Or will it? Who the knows? Huh? Who the knows anymore? So let's take a look.
M for mature.
If you've been waiting for a special occasion to break out your hazmat suit, then look no further than Atomfall. Here at Rebellion, we are excited to introduce you to this new world.
Rebellion? Didn't they make... No, hold on. Rebellion? No, I thought of Wolfenstein. Well, that's Machine Games, right? Rebellion. That is the sniper game. Sniper Elite something and whatever.
And what it has to offer. However, there's far more to Atomfall than what we can showcase in a single video. This is just a glimpse of what's to come.
Atomfall is a brand new, single-player, first-person action survival game set in a post-war Britain. It will have you traversing the Lake District of Northern England, uncovering mysteries about the quarantine zone and the people that inhabit it.
So far, I really like the aesthetic. The apocalypse feel, and it got a little sci-fi look, which is kind of sweet.
My name's Molly. I got some bits and bobs for sale.
My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers.
Atomfall takes place
Look at
in a
that!
fictional
Look at that!
quarantine in 1962, just 5 years after the real-life event of the Windscale fire, the worst nuclear disaster in British history. However, in this altered version of history, there are more mysterious and sinister things at play behind the scenes, and you must uncover the secrets.
Okay. This isn't appreciated enough in games. UI. This UI, it's clean, it's easy to understand, is straight on it, on the case. Love it.
What happened? It's up to you to discover the truth behind the disaster and figure out just how much of this world can be saved.
It doesn't matter what else happened,
Choices?
as long as the truth of this place gets out.
Before you can set out on that quest, you'll awaken in the quarantine zone with little knowledge about who you are, the life you've lived, and certainly
yeah, of course,
the strange new world around you. A rather nasty bout of amnesia.
You're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry.
Are you a law-abiding citizen? A terrifying menace to those around you? Or are you perhaps someone just trying their best to survive?
Yes. Choices! That is amazing. Love it. So does Avowed. That is also common. And we're stepping into the choice realm right now.
In a dangerous, unfamiliar place, the choice is yours. And Atomfall gives you the freedom to embody any role. A village in one of the areas you will visit is controlled by a military group that was sent in to set up and maintain the quarantine after the disaster. A noble cause. But some might question the lengths they've gone to restore order.
I shouldn't be gossiping about this stuff.
Armed soldiers patrolling the roads of the village. Robotic sentinels on a hair trigger,
Bod?
prepared to attack at even the slightest hint of aggression.
Whoa.
Villagers who live in fear as a result.
Soldiers will string you up for anything these days. And
Oh, so the graphics ain't really good, but it's okay. Like, look at the texture on this. Like, it on this. I mean, on this character, on her. Okay. It looks like it could be released 7 years ago, maybe.
my husband was exploring where they don't like you to explore.
Does this group really have the villagers' best interest at heart?
No.
Step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given.
Outside of the village is a lawless land filled with bandits and cultists who don't care if you're friendly or not.
Whoa.
And will attack you on sight.
Be cautious.
There are so many things to consider on your journey through Atomfall. Exploration is a critical component of the experience, especially when it comes to your survival. The quarantine zone is in the idyllic countryside of northern England, but it is not as it once was. An abandoned rail yard, a derelict stone quarry, and verdant rolling
Okay,
hills.
so if you take a look at this environment and, like, look at this.
Rail yard,
How much it is?
a derelict
The detail. These are like, especially in first-person games with a big environment. Like, okay, I said especially in first-person games, but that is more because you're right there. You get the camera angle, the camera view. I mean, it feels a little more real. But at the same time, if you take a look at Uncharted, that is, if you want to talk about environment, Naughty Dog, they know what that is.
Like stone quarry and verdant rolling hills contain more than just pieces of a prior civilization. As you explore these places, you'll find secret bandit hideouts, mysterious messages, secrets, clues and leads that might help you figure out how the world fell apart. These can lead you to eccentric characters, secret hideaways, or even the rundown bunkers of the British Atomic Research Division. You'll never know when or where fragments of the bigger picture will be brought into focus.
Nice.
But you will
These are
always
like
need to
secrets.
be on guard. These facilities may not be as populated as they once were. However, the halls are often patrolled by the same robots used to patrol the rest of the quarantine zone, as well as irradiated feral creatures.
This got some kind of Bethesda feel to it. Maybe not Bethesda, but more like Obsidian. I like it.
Won't hesitate to tear you apart. You will also come across caves and underground tunnels that seem to have been affected by the wind-scale disaster the most. Glowing plants and mushrooms cover the walls, floor and ceiling of these places, giving off a hazy fog that makes them more dangerous to traverse than other places you may go. However, the environment is not all you need to worry about. The same terrifying ferals found in the bunkers also live in these areas and will not stop to ask questions before trying to tear you apart. Be sure to be well equipped to handle these creatures and be extra cautious, as not everything is as it seems.
You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the...
I like that they're not showing much. I think they're only showing like the first 1 or 2 hours, because here is again for the 4th or 5th time. So there's definitely more to it.
Scale atom plant.
How are you going to defend yourself against all these threats? You're going to need weapons, supplies, and materials, all of which you can find through scavenging the locations of Atomfall. However, if you truly want to survive, some things may need to be taken by force. The weapons you will come across include melee weapons, like the cricket bat, or ranged weapons, like pistols, rifles,
Think you're good with that thing?
and shotguns,
Okay.
each with their own strengths and weaknesses. During your journey through Atomfall, you may even unlock
Crafting?
the ability to upgrade your weapons and give them more power.
Backpack.
The ammo for
Okay.
these weapons will be in short supply, so you must either find or craft
And probably in short supply on hard.
what you need to survive. However, weapons are not the only thing you will need on your journey. You will gather resources, like cloth and alcohol, to craft various items, to heal yourself, or harm your enemies. Over time,
Okay, so you don't need to
you'll
eat.
expand your crafting abilities to
That would be
create
kinda
more
sweet.
aggressive tools of self-protection. Other tools at your disposal include a flashlight to light the dark paths ahead, and a trusty metal detector to locate buried caches of supplies. A handy ping will alert you when one of these caches is nearby, signaling you to equip the metal detector and begin the hunt. When you aren't scavenging for materials or searching for buried treasure, you might also find various manuals that contain valuable knowledge. These manuals will imbue your character with new skills across 4 categories.
Wow,
Ranged
we got
combat,
abilities.
melee combat,
Melee.
survival, and conditioning. Even at the end of the world, knowledge is power. Careful selection of which skills you focus on will determine
Hold on,
your
no. Hold on.
is power. Careful
Yeah. Dialogue choices. That I didn't know until today. That is sweet. Curious, helpful, impatient. It also says the kind of tone you have. Sweet. Because most of these text-based choices, you have no idea. You don't know. You just have to guess on what kind of feeling, you give. Okay, nice. Well, does the character have a voice? Because if the person doesn't have a voice, does this matter? Well, maybe it does, because they will have a different reaction depending on, you know, if this was angry, I don't have time to chat. Or it could be like, you know, curious. I don't have time to chat, you know, I guess.
Selection of which skills you focus on will determine your playstyle and the path you carve out for yourself in Atomfall. We won't be going fully in depth on these skills and what each one entails right now, but as you progress, you will need to pick and choose what type of playstyle you want to focus on in Atomfall.
I really should stop talking. No personal, but you can't trust anyone too much these days, can you?
We hope you enjoyed the first glimpse into the world of Atomfall. Leave a comment with what you are most excited to see when the game releases on March 27th, 2025. Atomfall will be releasing day 1 on Game Pass, Xbox
Day 1 on Game Pass? Yeah, no doubt. We're going to play this.
Series and Xbox One consoles. You can also play on PC through Windows, Steam, and Epic Games, as well as PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Stay tuned for an upcoming video that will delve deep into some of the gameplay mechanics we mentioned here. This is going to be a game you don't want to miss out on.
That's the first time I've seen gameplay.
Ori?
This looks very interesting. You see that it got that, not that AAA feel to the gunplay, but that doesn't matter. I would rather have like an Obsidian kind of feel gameplay, not really AAA big huge game. I would rather have this, you know, because the AAA games, God, they suck.